Hi everyone, it is Carlin here once again, and I'm in front of my kiln, which means I am opening my kiln. But this kiln has a problem. So normally I go to 2190, I do a 9-minute hold, and I drop slowly down to 1900 and do a 25-minute hold. And I think I've mentioned before that my elements were probably on the verge of needing to be replaced. Well, last night was the night that my kiln told me, hey, it's time that you give us some new elements because we can't make it to temperature. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to have to change the elements in my kiln because it got to 2154 and told me, hey, I can't go any higher. You're gonna have to change me out. So unfortunately, I didn't get to 2190. I didn't get a hold. I didn't get my slow cool. I didn't get any of that good stuff. So I'm hoping that everything's okay in here. I'm thinking that I maybe got to like a cone 5, maybe. But we shall see. I'm a little bit sad because I had all my Valentine's Day things in here, like the tree mug, the heart mug, the sweetheart mug, and then I had a whole bunch of little trinket dishes that I wanted to do some like Valentine-esque inspired combos and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit sad, but I'm not surprised, I guess. I think I've mentioned this before, but I have a Scott 714, and the max cone that you can get with this kiln is to cone 8. And I don't go to cone 8, I go to cone 6 mostly. But if you look at the temperatures, cone 6 and cone 8, they aren't that far apart. And as everybody knows, you can put way less in a glaze fire than you can in a bisque fire. And I made so many items last year that I was glaze firing quite a lot. So I'm not surprised that my elements are gone. But yeah. And I've never changed elements before, so this will also be a new experience. If you guys want me to make a video on that, drop that down in the comments because I'd be more than happy to show you how I'm going to do it. I am no expert, I am no electrician, and I am very much new to any of that. But if you do want to see me do it, drop it down in the comments, and if I can make a video, I will. But yeah, I will say I did peak a little bit. I wasn't going to because I was so excited, and then this error happened. I was like, oh no, like... Ugh. Anyway, so I did peek a little bit. I couldn't see the cone because it was farther back when I peeked, so I couldn't see it. Plus it was far too hot for me to really take a good look in there. But yeah. Anyway, it's more than cooled down now. I have it unplugged for now, but anyway, and bonus. I made a list of all the little trinket dishes I did because they're all going to be semi-similar. So new year, new me, I guess, because I usually don't do that. Who knows if that'll stick, but we shall see. Anyway, let's get to opening the kiln. I will also put out a video this week of me glazing all of the items that are in here, how I did everything. But yeah, I thought I'd keep this video a little bit shorter than my previous videos have been because they've been extra long. But obviously the glazing video will also be extra long, but that's just how this year's starting out. Anyway, let's open the kiln because I know it's more than cool. Oh, not bad, not bad. Oh, well, that's not terrible. Okay, so here's my cone 6. Now, that obviously isn't... Here, can we see it over here? That's obviously not to cone 6, but it had already started to bend. So I'm thinking that these got to cone 5. I'm almost going to guarantee it just by the look of what I can see on here that they're probably cone 5. Yeah, I'm going to assume that. Because I was once told by a Scott representative actually that the Orton cones, once they start to bend, you're on a good whatever. So you're like minutes away from it starting to really get to where it's got to go. I mean, obviously I know that the temperature wasn't great in here, so I know that it's not a cone 6, but it's not terrible. It's better than I thought. So let's start with this. Okay, well, that's not what I was expecting. This is Ocean Drift with Bougainvillea. So I did two thick coats all around the bottom and 1 thick coat around the top. Or sorry, so 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top, because I wanted to see how much it moved because Ocean Drift is a flux. And then I did 3 thick coats on the inside, and then I think I did 2 thick coats of Bougainvillea on the inside. And it's nice. It's nice and subtle. It didn't really run very much at all because I did a little lip as well, but it barely ran at all. But it's nice and subtle. This is pretty. So this is, I did 2 coats of Autumn Purple, inside and outside. And then I put 1 thick coat of Ocean Drift on the inside and a little bit on the rim. This one moved a little bit more with the Ocean Drift on the outside rather than on the inside, but it's pretty. It even has a tinge of like yellow in there. Interesting. I don't think that's bad. There is a little bit of like, yeah, it's not terrible. There might be a little bit of like the orange peel look, but I think that has to do with not having that slow cool. So then this one, I did 3 coats of Flux Blossom, and then I did dots of Pearl White, kind of like the Frosted Pond. And then I put, I believe, 2 coats of Bougainvillea on the inside, on top of that. And I thought that this would have moved more. It might have, if it would have kept getting hotter, I think. But yeah, but this one doesn't look too bad. It looks nice and soft. Oh, this one's pretty. That looks weird. Okay, so this is 3 coats of Micro Pearl on the outside and on the inside. And then I believe this is Sunrise. So I put 2 coats of Sunrise on top of the Micro Pearl. It's really pretty on top of the Micro Pearl, but the Micro Pearl by itself, hold on, is kind of gray. These dishes are all Plainsman 340. So that could be why this looks so weird. Also, it didn't really get to that high temperature. And I know Micro Pearl likes a little bit of a higher temperature to get those crystals. So that could be why this looks kind of funny. But it does look really pretty on the inside. It's hard to see, but it does have a really nice, and like it's nice and smooth on the inside too. So that's nice. Okay. So these turned out great. Actually, so these are the Sweetheart mugs. So I used Stroke and Coat on the hearts. So I think it's Pinkaboo or Cheeky Pink. Cheeky Pink or Pinkaboo? I'll let you know. Dandelion and a blue. I'll have to write what blue it was, but I think these turned out really cute. And just Amico Snow on the outside otherwise. But I think they turned out really cute. And then snow on the inside as well. I think they're really cute. I'm glad I went with the Stroke and Coat rather than underglaze, because I think it just gives it that soft kind of look. Oops, whoopsies. So I'm super happy with that. Now these, oh, these are cute, but the Stroke and Coat did burn out. So I glazed these. So these are just some thumblers, and I put little hearts. So this is 3 coats of Flux Blossom. And then I did, oops. Then I did Stroke and Coat's Wine About It with little hearts. Now my idea was, I'll put the inspo pic here. That was my inspo pick. And what I wanted to do was have it like kind of fall like that. But think, I think I should have used a different, I think I should have used a different glaze. I think they're cute and they're nice and subtle. They're cute and subtle, but they're not the effect I was going for. But they are really pretty. Like, they're cute. I think maybe if I made the wine, if I made the hearts maybe like twice as thick, I could have got the effect I was looking for, because you could see it starting. Like, you can see it starting. Let me see. Like, I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah. And like, so far, there really are no flaws. Like, for not getting to temperature, I'm actually really surprised with how this is going. Like, yeah. Then this is the tree mug, and oh man, I'm glad that this didn't wreck or anything like that, but we're gonna have to do some testing on it because I don't know if it got up to enough of a temperature. But look at this. Is that not awesome? So I did birch on the inside. Now, this definitely didn't get as white as I would have wanted, because sometimes birch can get, no, but it's not, there's no flaws in it. Yeah. Anyway, I am so happy with this. I'm disappointed that I may have to fire it again. But I am unbelievably happy with how this turned out. This is just, there is a little crack on the handle, but again, this is just for me, so I'm not that worried about it. And I don't think it's an actual like structural crack. I think it's a crack from joining the two together. Like, yeah, because it has a really nice ting to it. So I'm not worried about it. I am so happy with that. And like I said, I am going to show in the glazing video exactly how I did this, how I got this wood look. So keep a look for that out tomorrow, because I think I'm going to post it tomorrow. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. So this little dish. So I did the exact same thing as the little wine tumblers with this little dish. So 3 coats of Flux Blossom and then the Wine About It hearts. And I did that all around the outside. And like I said, I think what I need to do next time, if I want to try this again, is I need to use a different glaze, a runnier glaze. So like sangria or even bougainvillea. And then I think I'd probably get that pull down that I was looking for with the hearts. So maybe I'll try that again, but I still think it's cute. Well, this didn't really do anything. So this is eggplant. So I did 3 coats of eggplant, and I can see that eggplant needs 4 coats, obviously, or needs to be extra thick. That has a little, yeah, like I'm going to say it needs to be extra thick. And then I did do kimchi on the inside, because kimchi sometimes I found does some really cool shifting of colors. Like sometimes it's orange, sometimes it's pink, sometimes it's cream. So I thought maybe on eggplant I'd do something cool. And I did want to see what eggplant did when it reacted to other colors, but it didn't really do anything. Just kind of made it look blue. But this one is flawless. Like this one is perfect. Like there's no imperfections at all. Okay, well, this is interesting. So this is micro pearl on the outside. So 3 coats of micro pearl on the outside and 3 coats on the inside. And then I put eggplant. So this is micro pearl with eggplant on the inside. How? I was not expecting it to turn into that. I knew micro pearl did some things to other glazes, but I didn't expect it to turn a dark purple, this like sky blue. And it did move it a little bit, but not a whole bunch. But that's very interesting. And again, it's really pretty. Like, it has no glaze flaws whatsoever. Other than the micro pearl could definitely use some more heat, but again, it is what it is. Okay. Interesting. So again, I did another micro pearl. So 3 coats of micro pearl on the inside and outside. And then I did fuzzy peach. And this one is really pretty. It's hard to tell, but it's really pretty. And it moved quite a bit. Because I didn't have big things on the outside. So it moved quite a bit. But that's, like, it looks really pretty. Like, where it, like, here on the rim, it looks very pretty. And it's pretty on the inside too. Like, it moved, yeah. Very pretty. It's almost like so like, because the clay is a beige, I think if I had a white clay, it would probably, micro pearl would probably do more things on a white clay. But it's like when I added the fuzzy peach, it brought the white out in the micro pearl. I don't know how to explain it because, like, obviously fuzzy peach is a peachy color and micro pearl is supposed to be like a white color, but it's not white until you put fuzzy peach on top. I don't know. But that is pretty. Okay, this didn't really do anything either. So this is 2 coats of papaya, and then on the inside and outside. And then I put 2 coats of kimchi on the inside. And I think all it really did, and I must have had a drop of like autumn purple or something in there. And all it really did was just kind of went like pastel-y orange. It didn't really do anything too crazy. And it didn't run like at all for the floating glazes. So I was surprised at that. It's still pretty. And again, it's flawless, which is blowing my mind because it really, like, nothing got to temperature. This is beautiful. Okay, so I did, well, you can't tell what I put on here, but so this one, how pretty is that? So I did 3 coats of blue rutile, which you'd never know there was 3 coats on there. But there was 3 thick coats. And I did 3 coats on the inside as well. And then I did dots of soft white. Hold on. I did dots of soft white, just like the frozen pond. And then I put curry on top. And this is beautiful. I just did 1 thick coat of curry on top. That's gorgeous. You can get little bits of the curry, but like, that's gorgeous. I think that's so, so pretty. So happy with that. Okay. Well, now we have our heart mug. Now, when I took this mug out of the bisque, it did have a crack. It had a crack on the handle, and I just decided I'm doing it anyway because it's just for me, because I love it too much and I don't have enough time to make another one. So I did it, and it's really cute. It's not quite what I expected. I think I should have maybe used soft white instead of pearl white now that I'm looking at it. But again, it's flawless. Oh my, how cute is that? How cute is that? Is that not the cutest thing you have ever seen? So what I did was I did pearl white, fuzzy peach, sunrise, and bougainvillea. And I did that throughout the whole thing. And then I also did it on the inside. It's harder to tell on the inside. And the rim's a little bit mixed up because of the how heavy the handle is, but it looks really pretty on the inside. But I do think, looking at it, that I wish I would have put soft white on the bottom instead of pearl white, because then I really would have had that ombre effect. But I still think this is unbelievably cute. But as you can see, there's a little crack there. And there's a little crack right there. But like I said, how unbelievably cute is this mug? And flawless. I am actually, oh, I did get some, shoot. Well, my cookies are no good. But anyway, this has a crack on it anyway. I did get some plucking from my cookie. But I have to kiln wash all my cookies and I just didn't have time to do it. But now I do because I don't have a kiln until I change my elements. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is so cute. I'm definitely going to have to make some actual mugs in this, I think, because I think this, yeah, that's super cute. I'm going to have to definitely make some of those for Valentine's Day. But yeah, so that's an empty kiln. I think all of these turned out great. Like I said, I am going to post a video on how I glazed everything in this video. And so that if you found anything that you liked, you can definitely see how I do it in the next video, which I think I'm going to do it next, like tomorrow. I'll post it tomorrow probably. And then, yeah, like I said, if you want to see how I change my elements, drop that in the comments. I'd be happy to show you if I don't get too nervous about doing it. Because there's a good chance I might do that. But yeah, let me know. And let me know what you think of all these items, because I think some of them turned out great. I think some needed an improvement for sure. But yeah, that's the whole thing that I enjoy. I enjoy doing the experiments. I enjoy playing with different glazes. So I can't wait to continue on doing that. And yeah, otherwise, I hope you all liked this video. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, and following so that you never miss when I post one of these videos. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.